Can you really buy a DSLR camera with 1080p video, a flip out screen and a microphone input for just under $350? What is up guys, it's David here, and today I'll be doing an in-depth review of my Canon 600D, also known as the Canon T3i. The Canon 600D is a camera by Canon. Its price is currently just under $350. It is sort of hard to buy anywhere really, however its prices are quickly dropping due to, well, new cameras coming out. In the box you get the camera body itself, a lens, a charger, a battery and a neck strap for the camera. The camera is made of mostly plastic, however there are parts of rubber which is better for grip so that you don't drop your camera. At the top of the camera there is a pop-up flash for your photos, and there is also a hot shoe mount which you can put things like an external flash or an external microphone onto. To the right of that we have the on and off switch, the shutter button, the mode dial, the main dial, the ISO and display buttons. The modes in the camera include video mode, sports mode, macro mode, landscape mode and much more. Moving on to the side of the camera, on the right there's a simple SD card slot, and on the left there are 5 ports. One for HDMI, one for a microphone input, one for a remote shutter input. There is also one for the AV input, which I'm not actually sure what that is, so anyone knows, comment. On the back of the camera there is a viewfinder to look through, a 3-inch LCD screen which rotates 180 degrees and can also flip around, which is what I'm using now. In the top left there is the menu and info buttons, and to the right of the viewfinder there is the record button. To the right of the record button we have the auto exposure and the auto focus buttons. Underneath them we have the aperture and quick menu buttons, and underneath that there are the arrow buttons which are also things like white balance, picture mode, drive mode, and there's one more I always forget. Underneath this there are the playback buttons and the delete button. On the bottom of the camera there is a battery slot and a tripod mount. Right, let's talk about the lens. It's just a standard 18 to 55mm lens. It's what I'm using now for the video. I'm hoping to upgrade soon to a 24mm or 50mm lens to get a wider view for these videos, because I'm currently in such a confined space with a tripod here, a light here, my window here, my setup's right behind me, a table here, and well, you get the point. I've also got the Sigma 70 to 300, I believe this is. Yep, lens. This cost me £120. It's pretty big. I mean, it's the size of my face and my hair. So yeah, it's great for getting my B-roll shots. So I do recommend this to, well, anyone that wants to get some close-up shots. So things like wildlife, so ladybirds and other insects like that. The lens on the side has autofocus and manual focus. It also has an image stabilizer. I don't have that because I broke mine. Right, let's talk about the pros of the camera. First of all, it has sports mode. This is where you can take photos of fast moving things like cars or sports. You can tell that in the name. Most cameras don't actually have this, so it's great to have, especially so like you can achieve this with other cameras, like going into the settings, changing the shutter speed, the exposure, the aperture, all that, but it's just great to have it all in one mode and you don't have to mess around with your settings like all the time. My next pro would be the microphone input. It's great because you can use a microphone on top of your camera, such as the Rode VideoMic Pro, for things like vlogging and, well, videos like this. However, I choose not to. I have a blue snowball, which you would have seen in my last video, hopefully. Another pro would be its image and video quality. It is an 18 megapixel camera, so you have very nice photos. And for the videos you can do 1080p 24 frames per second, which is what I am doing now, or 720 60 FPS, which is what I use for the B-roll sometimes when I need to slow a shot down to make it look better. My final pro of this camera would definitely 100% be the rotating screen. I can currently see myself now. I can see that I'm in focus, the light's perfect, I know that I'm in the shot, everything's great, and that's just purely because of the rotating screen. In such a confined space with a one-man crew like here, it's quite hard to make sure that everything is perfect. You're constantly having to stand up, go back, check that that's sorted, sit back down, and then go back. you possibly have to record a few example videos that are wrong. I've recorded many videos with my old DSLR, the Canon 1100D, and I had to start again after realising it's all out of focus. So this screen is like God. I praise this. I use this on a daily basis for simple things like taking a picture where the camera needs to be low to the ground, and I flip the screen up so that I can see it from like above. Now for the cons. Honestly, there aren't many, and so I'll just list things that could have been included with the camera. First of all, a touchscreen would have been nice. It would have been hard to do and still sell a camera for such price. However, it would have helped for things like this. I could have touch focus, touch it, focused, simple and ready to go sort of things. And it would also be easier to change the settings rather than having to go to the back of the camera and use the arrow buttons. Another con would be the size of the buttons on the back of the camera. For many people, your fingers will be too big for the buttons and you might press the wrong button sometimes. This has happened to me in the past, and I have quite small hands, so it is frustrating, but for £350/$, you can't ask for much more really, can you? Now for an image test, I will show photos, and the settings that I use will be in the top corner over here. The first is a long exposure photo on a road at night. Next is a sunset with me on the top of the hill as a silhouette. And finally, this is a photo that I took of some flowers with some nice depth of field. If you want to see some more photos like this, then follow me on my Instagram. The link will be down below. My name will be on the screen right here. So follow me. I post, I say about every week, because obviously I've got to keep up to date with everything on my emails, school, so especially at the moment, and obviously this whole YouTube thing, so it's hard to produce content for that as well. Right, next is the video test. I'm going to show a short time lapse that I did. I don't really have many videos to show you a test of, so I'll show a short time lapse. And finally, this whole video right here was filmed with the Canon 600D, right on this tripod. So yeah, I recommend this camera to any aspiring photographer or videographer. It is perfect. It's such a universal camera. It is great for everything. I'm just gonna ask you now, what do you think of this camera? If you bought it, what do you think about it now? Did this review help? And what do you think about my channel change, going towards more like tech, videos, photos, those sort of things? It's just, I was reading the Sidemen book, and I read a part that said, do what you enjoy, and this is what I enjoy more than anything else. Tech is coming over everyone's lives now, especially mine, and I just love every bit of it. That's why I've managed to buy this behind me. No, not me, this behind me. And everything that covered down there, my GoPro, all my camera lenses and all this. So yeah, it's what I feel like I should do sort of thing. I may also be deleting all of my other videos soon, well, privating them, because like I might look back on them in a few years. If you don't want me to, then comment below. If there's specific ones you want me to keep, or you might want a link to before they go, like to download, feel free to ask in the comments. And yeah, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this review helped. If you did like the video, please consider clicking the like button, and if you really liked it, then please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.